What's happening, everybody? Hey, my name is Mr. Info 5000. And today we're going to be talking about the almost certain destruction of one of my favorite cities in the world, Chicago. Now, I've traveled to different cities all over the world. I went to Tokyo twice. I've been to the continent of Africa. I've been to a whole lot of states in the United States. Los Angeles, Denver, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, whole lot of states. And Chicago is one of my favorite cities that I visited is because it's so unique. Chicago is like a New York City that's placed in the Midwest. Beautiful architecture, awesome pizza. Of course, we know about their pizza. But it has been for all of my lifetime a Democrat-led liberal city. Now, what they recently did, and the new mayor just got in there, and he is more liberal progressive than the former mayor, Lori Lightfoot. Now, we know about all the crime. The shootings are the main thing that get the headlines. But historically, Chicago has been a city known for crime. Back in the mob days. The mob is still present to some degree, but definitely not like it was back when Al Capone was running the city of Chicago. And so now there was an Illinois law that made it even softer on crime. You could get out of jail. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but in Illinois, you can get out of jail for crimes up to second degree murder. Up to, then there's a whole lot of other crimes that fall under all this type of stuff. But why be soft on crime? I don't understand that. Because when you're soft on crime, what's happening is happening right now. Criminals, what do criminals do? Criminals commit crimes. That's why they're called criminals. Does it make sense? But so anyway, I hope they get one of my favorite cities back in order, because I will not be visiting Chicago anytime soon. But check this video out. It's just a real quick video that I posted after this, and I want y'all to enjoy the rest of y'all day. Comment like.
And it's the death of the great American city. I have always loved Chicago, but it seems like Chicago is now on a path to utter self-destruction. They've elected a new woke mayor, Brandon Johnson, who wants a $12 billion financial package to raise taxes for certain residents, I would say income-producing ones. You wrote about this on your Powerline blog. Talk us through just how bonkers some of these proposals are.
James, it's really unbelievable. People thought that Chicago had hit the bottom of the barrel when they elected Lori Lightfoot as mayor, and crime just spiraled out of control. The economy in Chicago's in the dumps. And there was a mayoral election, and Lori Lightfoot did lose, but she lost to this guy, Brandon Johnson, on her left. If you can imagine that, Chicago's voters went for a more left-wing candidate than Lori Lightfoot. So now they put together this proposal to raise an additional $12 billion in taxes to fund what they call a just Chicago. Well, it turns out that a just Chicago, among other things, means defunding the police. So they want to raise $12 billion from Chicago residents with a 3.5% income tax, with a wealth tax, with a huge tax on jet fuel to catch people flying in and out of the city, and so forth. And they're not going to spend that $12 billion to make Chicago safer, which is what everybody wants. You'd think everybody wants.
Well, you'd think.
Instead, they're going to make it more just.
Just. Well, I mean, we're hearing that word abused a lot. And is it true that the name of this program is called First We Get the Money? I mean, that does kind of give it away, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It's like a gang of thieves. First we get the money, then we'll figure out how to divvy it up. it's a very sad story, James. But Chicago's not alone. San Francisco, Portland, other American cities are just circling the drain, Frank.
It's a real shame because, you know, the great American city used to be a wonderful thing, as we both know. But I want to move on to another story which is disturbing and strange, but also tells a bit of